Thank you so much, first of all, for agreeing and being sharing your views with us on the topic as already been shared with you. So, as to participants, I would just like to start and would like to introduce you today with the session and everything. So, very good evening to one and all present. A special mention to Mr. Anil because he for agreeing to join for our this CXO Talk series. We really extend a warm welcome to you, sir, for this online session. And as it has also been shared with the students, the topic of today's discussion is going to be the challenges before consumer technology companies during and post COVID-19. So we'll be looking forward to hear from you, about this topic. And in this session today, I would like to mention that we all have all our management students, those who have taken admission just recently and they're just initially starting the courses, and also our second year students, those who have already completed many of the projects and research and many management subjects they have already learned from. So it gives me really immense pleasure in introducing you with you all with Mr. Anil students now. So we have today with us Mr. Anil, President Havells India Limited. Mr. Bhasan has served the FMEG, that is your fast moving electrical goods sector, for close to 4 decades now and has been at the helm of Havells India since 2004. He is recipient of various prestigious awards like Lifetime Achievement Award by MIT University, Brick of Change Award by Mr. Amitabh Kant, CEO Niti Aayog, Marketing Role Model Award by Top Rankers, Entrepreneurial Excellence Award for the Year by Electronics Maker, and MIT Leadership Award for Corporate Excellence also. I would like to share that he is a motivational speaker, he is a life coach, he is a guide, and being a motivational speaker, he understands that how much positivity is important, and positivity gives the power to swim upstream and to write one's own scripts in the life too. He is a very positive person, and for him the most important thing is having a faith and having trust in the team with which you are working, and giving them every independent space to work and come up with new fresh ideas. It's really motivational, sir, looking at your profile and your journey of so many years. And we are expecting that, yes, through students are also going to get many positive feedbacks post this session, apart from the challenges which you are going to share with them about today's time too. So before I hand over the session to you, I would just like to mention it to the students that you have any question, any queries, you all are requested to post that questions in your Q&A box rather than the chat box. Please do not write any question in the chat box. I'll be taking all the questions at the end of the sessions, which you will be posting in the Q&A box. So, sir, now over to you. As looking at today's scenarios and today's topic, as we are looking from past few months that this COVID-19 pandemic has severely impacted most industries. The significant disruption in their day-to-day business operations is there. So I don't know either it's disruption or it's interruption, how these businesses are going to cope up with this new normal, which we called as. So over to you, sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Vinu. And one request that please authorize me to share my presentation if someone technical is there, so that whenever I can share my presentation, the authorization should be given to you.
Yeah, please, Nidhi, can you take care of this?
Yeah,
please give
thank
the
you.
right.
Sir, the authorization is given to you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vinu, once again for the kind words for me, which normally I don't deserve. So I'll start with a positive note. वो कहते हैं सारा जहां उसी का है जो मुस्कुराना जानता है, रोशनी भी उसकी है जो शमा जलाना जानता है, हर जगह मंदिर मस्जिद गिरजा और गुरुद्वारे हैं, पर भगवान तो उसी का है जो सर झुकाना जानता है। सर झुकाते हुए I will try to share my experience of close to now 4 decades, what I have been doing in the corporate world after passing out from my graduation. I'll share my own failure story at the end of the presentation because I don't want to start with the negative things. And the world has changed forever. We are living in the uncertain times. At present, our lives, livelihood have changed. You see, after the First World War, 1918, 1919, Spanish flu, Second World War, this is the lowest phase of human life that we are facing. Even our parents have not faced. But let me tell you, your batch and the next batch, the batch which is passing this year, would be taught into the management school in the coming decades, that how the students of this time has handled this kind of the negative environment. That's why I keep the topic of my topic as handling challenging times. And I'll speak more on the human engineering because I didn't have the opportunity to do the engineering. So I have in the last 40 years have done the human engineering. So I'll be sharing some of the things of the human engineering. And let me tell you, at this point of time, you have to be have more competent than anybody, anything else. And for this competence, you require three things. First is the skill, the second is the willpower, and third is the attitude. Why I talk about the skill? You see, in the sports, surgery, and sales, the tools are all common. The Sachin Tendulkar, the bat which he uses, or Dhoni or Kohli which use, you can go and buy that bat. But the skill is important. So you need to have skill improvement for rising above into the life. The second thing is the willpower. You see, Muhammad Ali once fell down into the ring and he said, "It is now my willpower to bounce back and then stand up because my skill has already been overtaken by somebody else who has put me down into the ring." So, will also is very, very important along with the skills. And the third is the attitude. People get confused with the word attitude. They think that positive attitude is the right thing. Let me just tell you the meaning of an attitude is flow of thought at any point of time in your mind. At this point of time, you are all positive. But there is a possibility that in the next 5 minutes you become negative because situation becomes negative. So the positive attitude does not guarantee you for any success. Positive attitude with proper action increases the probability of success. I will once again repeat. Positive attitude with proper action increases the probability of success, does not give you any guarantee for success. So now I'll tell you ABC of the life, which is there, which you have not been taught into the school, because in school A for apple, B for ball, and C for cat is there. A is for attitude, which I have already told about you, that you have to have attitude and you have to have positive action to meet to it. And the second is the B. B stand for behavior. Let me tell you, you will be hired for your skills, but you will be fired for your behavior. There are many people, those who join the organization, having very good academic qualification and very good experience, having 1 decade or 2 decade of experience, but they don't get gel into the organization. The compatibility is not there. And it is because of their behavior, because of the ego what they have. Never carry the badge of your education qualification when you go into a professional organization, because you will have to handle people over there. And people doesn't care from where you have passed out. So there, humility is one of the major thing which is most important, and your behavior will take you to the heights. There are only two things which give you the respect. One is the position, the other is the behavior. The first one is temporary. Today, if someone is the president or the prime minister or any chief minister, it is because of the chair that he is being respected. It's not because of his behavior. But the second one is permanent. It is because of your behavior that till today we remember Dr. Abdul Kalam as one of the best president of the country because of his behavior, not because of the any other position at any point of time. And C stands for change. You see, change is a very big subject. I won't discuss at this point of time, but during my presentation I will tell you. And before that, I would have to have a serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. You see, under this pandemic times, we can't change many things. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know what I can and what I cannot. And normally I used to go to the colleges on the Saturdays and Sunday for the keynote address. But during the pandemic, this is the technology which we have to use at this point of time. So when I used to be live, I used to start the presentation that today is my birthday. And everyone used to clap. And in the next 10 seconds, I used to say that today is not my birthday. I had done a prank.
Okay.
And I say when we sleep in the night, actually we are half dead. We are all fortunate that we wake up in the morning, and every day I celebrate as rebirth. I'll once again repeat, I celebrate every day as at my rebirth, that God has been kind enough to give me 1 day to live, and we should live only for 1 day. We don't have any guarantee that whether we'll live tomorrow or not. So we should celebrate every day as a rebirth, all 365 days, rather than waiting for that 1 day in the 365 days and celebrating our birthday. So God is kind enough. to give. And then at that point of time, I tell that today is my birthday and I will give you a gift. And I
Okay.
will give you a gift which is a one-time gift. You can't have a second gift in your life. And that gift is basically a car. And
Okay.
all the students, those who are young enough, they would love to have a car. But the condition is that in the lifetime, you have to take care of that car throughout your life. You can't change the car. You have to take care of the paint, engine, oil. And second question, I asked them that if you know driving, to whom you will give the key or remote of that car? So they say, no, I'll drive myself because I know the driving. Because at this point of time, most of the students, they know how to drive. In our old time, our parent also had not the luxury of buying the cars. So most of them, they says, I will have. Then I say, God has given you this body to be driven on this earth for a very short span of time.
True.
Please take care of you yourself. Don't give the remote to somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
We all have the inhibition that what people will say about it. Please don't worry about the people, what people will tell about you. There are only few people, those who are well wishers of you, balance all are critic, they will all think negative about you. So please don't share about it. Now I'll start my presentation and then I'll ensure that I'll not bore you in the presentation because most of the PPTs are not to highlight the things but to hijack the things. But I'll see to it that I keep the session open for you and keep you actively engaged into the things. Is my PPT, is my screen there on that?
Yes, sir. We can see your
Okay.
screen.
So
Yes, now.
this is the first picture which I say that this is the car which you can buy. You should not see what you have. We all are fortunate that we are all physically fit. We are not physically challenged, and there are many people those who are physically challenged. Whenever I get depressed, I close my eye and I think I presume that if I am a blind, how can I live my life? And there are many people, thousands and millions of people, those who are blind are living their life. So we should all be thankful to God that we are physically fit and we should have the remote control of our body with us, not with somebody else. That our parents is going to tell you, our uncle, aunt are going to tell you, or my friend is going to tell you, or my teacher is going to tell you. Our parents have done their duty to grow you up to this level. And let me tell you, we should all be thankful to our parents because our
True.
parents and grandparents have lived through phase of sacrifice and compromise. They didn't have this kind of luxuries what you are having at this point of time. And if
Very
you
true.
don't do it at this point of time, if you go and sit with your grandparents and talk to them heart to heart, they will tell you how much hardship they have seen to grow your parents. And if you talk to your parents, normally the parents don't share their things because they want to say their bachpan in the children, and they don't want to tell the high things hardship that how they have grown you up. But let me tell you, in India, most of the parents, they sacrifice or compromise their lives for the education of the children so that the children get right education. And you all should be fortunate that you are studying from a very reputed institute from where you will get not only the education but the values, principle, and ethics. I know the background of the institution, so that's why I am telling you. You will be taught more about the sanskar, values, principle, also along with the education qualification. And if you ask a question from yourself every day, has the world seen the best of you? The answer would be no, because we all wait for tomorrow. And let me tell you, tomorrow also will have only 24 hours, not more than that. So you all should see that we only get one day to live, and we every day get a rebirth. You see, what's the difference between animal and a human being? Is only one: ability to think. You see, human being is ill-equipped and defenseless. We can't climb like a monkey. I see very small baby monkeys, those who climb from here to there. Very strange thing. We can't swim like a fish. We can't fly like an eagle, and we don't have a stamina like a tiger or any other things. So we are ill-equipped and defenseless. But one good thing which God has given is the ability to think. And whatever things what we are enjoying at this point of time has been thought by somebody else in the
Else.
past. And in the last 150 years, we had the luxury of going to the air travel. The aircraft was invented only in 1914 by Wright brothers, whose father had a cycle shop. And one day they were just riding the cycle with a wooden plank. And they conceived the idea that we can also fly like a bird. So always have big thinking to do. And the other things on the values and system which I have told, all the things Kriya, all animals do, but as a human being, you can do karma. Karma means helping somebody else when you grow up in your life. Don't be self-centered in your life. Here is my first slide of the human engineering, that failure. You see, you have been to school for 14 years and you will be in college for 6 years, 4 years into the graduation and 2 years into the post-graduation. You have never failed failure in your life. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. You will have to try, fail, learn, and repeat. The Google CEO and Oracle CEO, Google CEO is Sundar Pichai, Oracle CEO is Ellison. Both of them were there in one of the presentation, and someone as a moderator asked them that in case if you have to hire anybody whose salary is more than 10 crore, because both of them salary, let me just tell you, is 1,000 crore Indian rupees a year, which is close to 3 crore a day. We all are expecting for a million or a 2 million salary per annum, but they draw 1,000 crore a year. And they said, if when we look for a candidate whose salary is more than 10 crore, he has already been screened by many people down below us. We only ask them one question: how many times you have failed in your life and how you have handled that failure? Because running an organization at that level is not an issue. Handling failure and handling challenging is the most thing. And I am sure that the kind of challenges which you are facing at this point of time will make you